well, I'm getting ready to go on another little trek, a little excursion here. Going back up through here, I'm going to pass by 3 lakes here. It's been raining all day up here, and it's supposed to be on up here. It's supposed to be snowing, I believe, where I'm going to. So we'll be rain changing to snow here. It'll take us a couple days here, have a little fun. So getting started on the trek here, and we'll just get going along here. This is what, the 10th it's 10th of November, or October, 10th of October. So a little fall trek here. We'll have a little fun. Well, here's the terrain I'm leaving behind here. Valley I've been coming up, and we'll keep on heading up. Hopefully we get up to about 9,600 feet here when it's all said and done. Well, I'm hiking away here still. Kind of quit raining here for a little while. Now it's kind of starting back up a little bit. But there's a lake down below there. I started just about in that area right there. See some of the clouds and stuff coming up through the canyon here. And I wanted to show you something with the poncho. Is when it wasn't raining so much, which it's just kind of starting again now, I just kind of gob it up a little bit like this and sling it back over my shoulder like that, and then that gives me breathability a little bit more, you know, when it's not raining, that sort of thing. So, but now it's kind of starting up again, so I'll probably just drop it back down. But we'll keep on heading up the trail here. I reckon I better get a little video here. It's about 7 o'clock now. It's going to be dark before I get to the first lake where I plan on camping, so figure I'd do a little quick shot now. See, the clouds are rolling in even a little bit more here. They're forecasting snow tonight about the altitude I am, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, it's kind of been off and on, drizzly, rainy here a little bit now that I'm getting up a little more altitude. But man, it's beautiful, all the colors and everything. It's a gorgeous day, and so I'll keep on trekking here. Well, here I am at the first lake here, Silver Lake Flat, and I'm probably gonna camp down the far end of the lake there somewhere, and we'll call it a night tonight. See what tomorrow brings. I don't know what I'll be able to film tonight with it being dark, but we'll see how it all goes. It'll be fun for me anyway. Had quite the night last night. I got here to camp, set up camp, and it was about dark. Pretty well dark, and got all set up, and it was drizzling, and it started snowing, and then all night it was rain, snow, rain, snow, rain, snow, and then rain. And then it got cold. It's about 26 degrees right now, so it's definitely fall. And there is some new snow in the mountains here, just a little bit above where I'm at. And back up this way is where I'm intending to head on up to today. I'll probably light a little fire here for a bit and kind of have breakfast and stuff like that. I don't know if we got was clear skies, but I'm seeing a bank of clouds all along here to the west coming in, so I don't know if we got a more storm coming today or what, but it sure is beautiful though. The white snow, the the quakies turning yellow and orange and that sort of thing. There we are, and then right in that little thicket of trees there's my camp. Man, that is a pretty sight through there, the colors of those quakies against the pines right there. That's a beautiful, beautiful, man, it's just so nice up here. I love it. That alluvial basin right here that feeds water into the lake, the whole bottom of that is just frozen solid. In fact, it's even slippery in places. I just kind of scouting around here this morning, just wandering up through here, see what I can see for a little bit. Well, it looks like I already violated that rule. Although I didn't build any fire or anything, so I just strung up my hammock. Maybe that's not all that bad. Well, here's my sleeping setup for last night. Got me through the storm pretty nicely. During the night we got some pretty hefty winds and stuff with rain and snow off and on. But I set it up, and it's kind of become one of my favorite setups over the hammock with the regular size tarp. That's that kind of stingray setup here. And I got my pole right here, and I hung a few things on there last night and pulled everything out nice and snug. And of course I got my hammock in there, and that was nice and cozy. And I'll show you in a moment. We've made a new deal that I talked about in my last trek for flashlight up in there, and I used that. And when I went to bed last night, I don't know, I made some notes for about a half hour, 45 minutes before I went to sleep. But in my hammock I've got my foam blanket that maybe someday we might offer. That's my favorite thing. I don't typically use a sleeping bag or whatever. Normally that's what I use, and works very nicely in the hammock. And as usual, I hung my pack on the tree and pulled the rain cover over it. And as you can see, I got my thermometer hanging here from the tarp, and I got a headlamp hanging there. And I typically will hang a few things sometimes because it makes it convenient to grab them or whatever. Keeps them up off the ground. Well, I just pulled my rain cover off of here. It's all iced up down here, all frozen up. But something else I thought of, I'm going to rig something up here. Because I keep a lot of my just immediate needs in this top pocket here. And since I like to hang mine from a tree, it'd be nice to be able to clip it up like that or something to hold that thing open for when I'm getting down in the main compartment. So I don't know if I rig something between those buckles that's on here, or maybe I'll sew something right in there to put a D-ring or something I can put a carabiner through. But anyway, and if you might be curious, my ID tag on here, PD2, that's kind of in memory of my dad. My dad was a military pilot in the Air Force. Helped build the dew line and stuff up in northern Alaska along the Arctic coast. And his buddies in the military called him PD. His first name is Perry like mine, and middle initial. And I have a different middle name, same first name. But so all of his buddies, military and government buddies, all called me PD Junior for a while, and then they called me PD2. So so I just kind of decided to make up a tag or whatever, and I just use that. Kind of remind me when I was a kid. Okay, since the last trek I rigged up a little flashlight holder, and last time, and I made a Velcro with a grommet, and I got a piece of parachute cord with a little glove clip on the end to clip my flashlight or whatever. Put a cord lock on here so I can make this higher or lower, whatever I want, and provide me some lighting in here at night, or some reading light or whatever. Or you could hang whatever the heck you want up here. But so that's something we'll have on the website here at some point. Just got a Velcro right here, and it just sticks to the Velcro tab. There's 2 or 3 of them depending on which tarp you have. So it kind of gives a little accessory mounting point. Just stick that up there like that. It'll hold pretty good. It'll hold over a pound, I know that. So there's that little deal. Now it's a little windy, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my fleece liner is my coat on this trip. And the only bad thing about it, this is like the first one we ever made a few years ago. And originally we cut out a big round hole here, and I don't like that as much. Now you just cut a slit right here, which that holds a lot more of your body heat down inside, especially if you're wearing, like, say, your poncho over you. It does really well. Here's what I do. I take some of my parachute cord, and I'll just kind of wrap it around me. I just kind of get it down in here a little bit. I don't know. I'll have to take up some slack here somewhere. And then you just kind of pull like that. Now that kind of holds this in a little more snug around me. And if I had the new style like we've been selling the last couple years, it's just a slit right here, so this comes right against your neck, which that's really good. Holds your body heat in really nice up here. But you know, this has been beat up. It's been through barbed wire and all kind of stuff. I've tore the, well, I mean, it's still pretty good, but I've ripped it a little bit here and there. But anyway, so now I gotta go get me some breakfast. I don't know if you can tell real well, but that peak right there is called the Little Matterhorn. Those clouds are maybe blocking a little bit, but kind of has a similar shape to it, so that's the name of that one. And I'm going back up in here below it. Well, it's pretty breezy up here. Sun's up though. Feels a little better. I'm heading for high country up in the, I don't know, might be snow up there. But isn't it beautiful down through here? That's a beautiful valley down through there. All up and through there. Very nice. Well, I'm up here on this big as a house piece of granite, and decided to do my breakfast right up here. It's in the sunshine, feels nice, a little breezy for the little stove, but not bad. I've got my nano stove right down here, heating up some water from some cereal, and using my backpack as a windbreak, and my boots. It's good to get them off. With the sun coming out along here, the trail has been frozen. It's now muddy. Yeah, it's nice dark fleece liner for the poncho. That sun coming down, this thing is toasty warm. really nice. Been sitting here doing a little whittling on a spatula I've been carving out here, and just while I've been waiting. But I've got cereal. It already came to a good boil, good rolling boil, so I poured it off into my squishy bowl here. And because I don't have to cook it till it's completely done on the stove, I can save fuel. So what I did, I just covered it with this little bag of some of my drink mixes and stuff. So I just covered it with that and let it sit here for about 5 minutes. And now it's kind of completed cooking. These squishy bowls retain the heat pretty well. So if you cover it up, you can just get something most of the way cooked, cover it, and let it finish cooking while you got something else going. I've got some water going here for, in fact, looks like it's probably ready for a little drink. Now I'm going to do a couple pieces of sausage. But let me try this cereal. It's a 9-grain cereal. And I've already got some sugar and salt in it. Oh yeah, that's just right. Just perfect. Now you can see the steam coming off it. Still very hot. Alright, now I've got I'm going to do some hot tang here. I just saved those bags and put them back in my pack. Hey, we got a little chemical reaction here with the hot water and everything. Okay. So now, just stir that up. Very hot, very hot. The nice thing about these squishy bowls is they'll keep everything hot for you for a little bit. Now, one thing I also do that saves me fuel in my stove and that is like I say, I let things kind of finish cooking while they're going, and I don't, like I cooked that cereal in here, then when it was almost done I dumped it out. And I don't, got a little cooking oil here in this little bottle. Probably don't really need it, but anyway, I didn't rinse out. If you're real particular or whatever, go ahead, but I don't necessarily rinse everything out between cooking on, in the same. I'll clean it all up when I'm done here, but I'm going to just use this is our one-person cook set. This is a new version of it that we substitute the big canteen for the little Optimus Solo. So we have a lid, and we got handles on both of them, so we got a little fry pan type deal, a little skillet type thing, and a cooking pot. You can turn the skillet upside down, which is what I like to do. There we go, we're cooking here. Which that's what I like to do to help hold the heat in when you're up. Even though it looks warm out here, it's still only about 35. Get my sausage going here. So anyway, there's a little bit of that, so next thing I'll be filming will be on the trail here. I got my orange on because it is hunting season. Somebody just got an elk right up the trail here. white up here is starting to melt in the sunshine. So it's a pleasant day. Good day to get on up here. I'm thinking perhaps my game plan might be to set up at this first Silver Lake here. Set up early and make a nice camp, good dinner, all that sort of thing. And maybe head for Silver Glance first thing in the morning, I don't know. We'll see how it looks when I get there. One thing nice here is with the creek running all the way up through here, I brought my Aqua Mira bottle. That way this water's probably fine anyway. It's so easy to do that. Why take the chance, you know? There you go. Direct water up through here a lot of times in the past years, it's no problem, but what the heck. Well, still moving up, onward and upward here. Right about in there, there's kind of a wall, you might be able to see it just barely. But up on top of that's where I got to get to this next lake here. Beautiful day. Alright, so I'm just taking me a little break here. I want to. So as you can see, I mean, we're pretty much lightly snow-covered ground, with anywhere from bare ground to 3 or 4 inches around here in this area. So I just wanted to talk about a little rule for cold weather or wintertime activity, and that is, the rule is that when you're working, so in other words you're hiking or building camp or getting wood or whatever you're doing, when you're working you want to be comfortably cold. So you don't want to be chilled to where you're starting to go downhill and getting colder and colder, but you just want to be just on the edge there. Just, you feel a little cold, but you know you're all right. And then the other part of the rule is that you want to be comfortably warm when you're at rest. Like where I am right here, I should be comfortably warm. So because I'm not doing any extra activity to generate heat, I need to be warm enough that I can be at rest and not have to worry about my core temperature dropping. Now, you know, I can stop here for 15 minutes or so, I can be all right. But if I go too long, I would have a problem if I didn't cover myself up something like that. Because, you know, we're in the mid-30s here. When the sun comes out of the clouds, which is doing less and less often now, I think a storm's coming in, that thermal radiation from the sun, even on a cold day directly on you, is very comfortable. But I don't see any breaks in the clouds now. Maybe the rest of the day, but so I'll have to get up and get rolling here. But that's something to think about in your activities. And sometimes it can be a hassle, you know, taking things off or putting things on, layering, all that sort of thing. But you want to try to maintain that, especially I'm going on up here and I'm going to camp. It's forecast for a snowstorm coming in, so I don't want to go to bed like wet. So that's something that I would want to be cautious about. It's been kind of nice on the hike up here as I've gotten a little higher. There's a lot of the Oregon grape here, and so that provides me a nice little snack here and there, kind of keep the mouth moist and everything. And they're nice and tasty. I even saw a nice elderberry with a lot of berries on it still back the trail a little ways, but yeah, it's nice to still have a few trail snacks. There's also plenty of rose hips all along the trail up here, and these are nice big plump ones. I might grab myself a handful of them and throw them in for some rose hip tea. Very rich in vitamin C, and it tastes pretty good also. Well, it's a rocky trail up here. Trying to get up on top of that ridge right there. That, I call it the wall right there. There's a wall there, and then one below that we kind of skirted. So I think this is, as I recall, I think this is the last one. But getting up through all this granite, it's quite a deal. But getting closer. Well, made it up the last little boulder scrabble there. I think we're about ready to come up over the crest here. Look down into Silver Lake here. There we are. Sure enough. I might look at making camp back over on that end somewhere, I think. I'll go check it out. Alright, so I'm out here kind of on this little sandbar deal that kind of sticks out into the lake a little bit. And I was looking around, and just for something unusual, I'm going to pitch against those willows right there. I've cleared away a little bit of snow, just because right there it's just gravel, so fine gravel, so I'd just rather be there, close to the water. Just going to trim up a little bit of the front of the willows there, just to give me some space. I'm going to do a lean-to type deal, where I'm going to give myself a back wall 2 or 3 feet, and then angle up and tie off into the willows up there somewhere. Then on the ground I'm going to cut willows and do them crisscross on there and build up just a little bit, and then that'll give me a little bit off the cold ground, and then my bedding will go on top of there. If I get ambitious enough, I think on this end right here I may weave a willow, kind of a doorway type deal, to kind of close off that end of the lean-to. And I don't know, we'll see what I get done here. I need to do that and then have something to eat. Okay, so I've roughly got it set up here. So I'm coming out here, I'm kind of integrating into the brush. I decided to stay a little high on the far end there, because that's going to be my entry exit point. And this end here, I kind of left that a little shallow. And if I get a chance, I'd put some willows or something in there. And I went ahead and put an upright here to pull out on my center point on the tarp. That way, if it gets a little, rougher weather or whatever, that keeps that tension out there and keeps me, so I have plenty of headroom out there. So my intention is to leave this end open. My intention is to leave this end open. I'll probably bank some snow along here on the outside. That'll seal that edge. And then the next thing, I've started gathering some willows. And I'm going to make me a layer of willows in there, kind of as a mattress. And then I'll put my bedding on top of that. And then with this height over here, I can put my cook stove over there and I can cook and all that sort of thing. I can be, you know, a little more out of the weather. And like I say, if I can close in that far end, well, that'd be cool. If not, it's not a huge deal. But I'm a little bit more secluded by coming up against the willows here than being, you know, out in the totally in the open. And I've used, oh, let's see here. And right here I use the tarp. Comes with several of these shock cords. So right here on this one, and then down there on that point right there, I just wrapped the shock cord around the branch and came back. That way it's very adjustable, easy to keep tension. Then with the willows being springy, also, you know, that helps, you know, gives me plenty of ability for the thing to move and adjust in the wind if it needs to. Alright, so right there I've got probably about 10 inches or so of willows, and they're just kind of laid in there kind of back and forth, so it kind of puffs up a little bit. So on top of that I'll lay my bedding and all that, and then I'll give me my bed right there, and I'll be good to go. I don't know if I'm going to worry about closing that other end off for right now or not. I need to eat something. I haven't had much to eat today. So I think I'll do that, get my bedding made up, and then eat something and tank down on a bunch of hot drinks. And we'll just kind of go from there. Okay, my bed's made. I put my poncho laid out on the boughs, and then I put my my fleece liner, folded it in half and put it on there. Then I inserted my little foam blanket inside of that, so that'll be my sleeping gear right there, and I should be cozy. Should do the trick for me now. Time to eat. Okay, so I got sausage cooking in this pot here. I got a cup of hot chocolate here, a little more hot water left here, and then hold on here. Then right here I did just made half a batch of these Idahoan potatoes, instant. Let me tell you what, those things taste nice. That's a great thing to have for camping right there. Alright, back to cooking and eating here. Nice day, about 12:30. I'm here in this meadow. Sunshine, nice and warm. Got my backpack propped up with my Bushmaster saw. So feels nice to take a little snooze here and catch some rays. So it's nice to be out, man, I'm telling you what.